Seacrest.
Thank you all very much. Good morning.
How about that? Hi.
We're almost there. It's Thursday, October 26th.
Almost there.
We're almost to the weekend, and then Halloween.
Yeah, that's right.
Very exciting.
How was your night last night?
Well, first of all, thank you so much. It was my sister's birthday, Meredith, who's here in the audience with her girlfriends.
Birthday girl. You're welcome.
And
oh my gosh.
we sit down to dinner, and all of her girlfriends are there, and they're all married, by the way. And there's nothing better than being the only guy at a table of 4 married women.
I swear, you are like the king of that. That is who you are.
My life is an experiment.
Yeah.
I am a student of the sport of life. And so just asking them questions and listening to their answers, and they've converged on New York from all over America to get together for Meredith's birthday. But we get to the dinner, and this waiter walks up with a beautiful bottle of champagne. And Meredith looks at me, and I look at her, and I'm thinking, I didn't order that. But maybe I should take credit for it. And so I begin to look like I'm going to take credit. In that moment, he says, "This is from Kelly."
Because I have to insert myself in every meal.
Oh, it was so sweet, so generous. And so here's the picture of us getting, there it is, getting the champagne.
That's so nice.
Toasting to you.
Happy birthday. I've been dying to meet you. You're like you're the missing link of the family, so I'm happy to meet you.
She's the good one, the normal one. She was my roommate in Los Angeles. I moved to LA first, and my mother freaked out. And then Meredith said to my mom, she's going to move to LA as well. So
to keep an eye on things.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, smart.
We room together, and she's just the best. It's funny, when I think about us growing up together and adulting together, I always remember when we traveled, it gets a little afraid in airplanes, and so every time we'd take off, she'd squeeze my hand to death, and it'd be sweaty, and she'd squeeze it. And then she got married to Jimmy, and now she just squeezes Jimmy's hand.
But Ryan was your maid of honor, right? In your wedding?
Man.
I prefer. I've taken it to the next level. I prefer maid of honor. He was the maid of honor.
But it was a fun celebration.
That's so nice. I'm glad.
You.
And you went to that lovely restaurant.
We went to a place called The Grill, which is, I mean, it's an occasion restaurant. And
so it used to be, and Kyle Barisic was telling Albert, who was telling me, that it's the only restaurant in New York where the interior is landmarked. It's the interior of the restaurant is landmarked. It's the old Four Seasons. It's
which I
really
thought was,
fancy.
Everybody kept saying, "You're going to the old Four Seasons," and I said, "No, we're going to The Grill. It's a restaurant."
Yeah.
And they said, "No, it's the old Four Seasons." I said, "No, the Four Seasons is still..."
Not the hotel, right, the restaurant, right.
I learned that.
Yeah, right. That used to confuse me, too. When people would invite me to the Four Seasons for dinner, I would go to the hotel and say, "Where are you?" And they're like, "We're at the restaurant." And I'd say, "I'm standing in the restaurant in the hotel lobby." They're like, "Not the hotel, the restaurant."
It was great. And then afterwards, they went for a drink. And from what I heard from the reports were, you were going for a drink, and then you were going to buy a bottle of wine and take it to the room together?
So smart.
It happened. Okay.
No, so you drank and then drank some more, and you're still here? Good for you. All right.
Oh, and they're going to do Anna's class today.
Oh my gosh. We're
and
gonna have the best time. I'm so jealous. I'm jealous.
They're doing your cardio class. So,
oh, you're gonna love it.
How are you? What's happening?
I'm great. Well, it's very funny. So speaking of Anna, so I've been taking dance classes with the same woman we're coming up on our 9th anniversary together, 9th anniversary, and we take a variety of classes. Like she teaches me ballet, she teaches me jazz, she teaches me hip hop. And oftentimes, particularly with hip hop, I don't know what the moves are supposed to look like. I just don't, my body doesn't move that way. I'm 47, let's face reality. At a certain point, your hip bone isn't supposed to go here and your rib isn't supposed to go there. It just doesn't go.
It's a different hip hop.
Right. So she's trying to show me what it looks like. So she sends me a video that I sent you. So she sends me this video of a high school pep rally in Arizona. It's a high school in Arizona, and I want to get the name of the school right because it's okay.
This video
it's
is
Walden
remarkable.
Grove High School. Okay, this is their pep rally, and they put together. I'm just going to show you a little tiny clip, but you should absolutely Google it when you leave here and watch the whole thing because it is incredible. They do a take on The Wizard of Oz. They are in Sahuarita, Arizona. So just watch this take on The Wizard of Oz. This is what hip-hop is supposed to look like.
It's incredible.
I mean, have you ever seen anything like that? You have? What schools did you go to? I mean, I just saw my daughter's pep rally, and I gotta tell you, I was like, okay. That's incredible. I mean...
Are you taking a class to be able to do that? Is that the goal?
I'll never be able to do that.
That's the goal?
That's the goal. She wanted to just show me, like, these are what the moves that I'm teaching you are supposed to look like.
I think...
I was like, oh.
I think, Galman, what America needs...
Yeah.
And what America's requesting...
Yeah.
And what America wants... is to see that dance group with Kelly Ripa right here
Wait,
doing a number. I mean, that's what America's craving. Can't you... Or is it cheaper to fly Kelly to Arizona?
Our audience doesn't think so.
He says it's cheaper to fly you to Arizona than bring them.
Why don't we bring them here? That would be fun. That would be fun.
He's calculating costs in his head already.
It's okay. It's okay. We'll do a fundraiser. We'll do a bake sale here in the audience.
Yeah, we'll do a bake sale, right, for the Gridiron Club. But it could be your goal. You could get to that 10th anniversary with your instructor and then the big live performance of... Right there.
Wouldn't that be fun?
The pep rally.
Yeah.
The live pep rally.
I mean, I just thought that was so impressive. I could not get over. I had to send it to you first thing this morning.
I was watching it, and I waltzed into your dressing room without knocking, and you were there in your flannel before it all, and... I realized I
come to work every day in a different lumberjack dress, like I'm about to go into the forest.
It's cool. It makes me feel like I should start lumberjacking.
Yeah.
So I walked, and you showed it to me, and I was very impressed. Now, those are high school-age kids.
Yeah.
This is interesting. There's an article about trick-or-treating and how old is too old to trick-or-treat.
Oh.
What is your view on this? Because I know you're very much into Halloween. When is it too old for a young person to trick-or-treat?
I mean, I don't know. It's so funny. My kids, they go into like these, they go through phases. Like now it's not so much about going trick-or-treating. It's about putting on the costume.
It's getting dressed up.
And roaming with your friends around the city. Because it's the one time where you get to roam with your friends around the city kind of unaccompanied.
Right.
So it's not really so much about the candy. It's just like hanging out. At their age, they're in high school now.
And I always felt like, they say that it's between the ages of 12 and 16, and I always felt like if you can drive, then it's probably, you're too old to knock on people.
Right, if you're driving around neighborhoods.
Then you're too old to be knocking on doors trick-or-treating, right?
Yeah, but we can all agree that sometimes, particularly like if you live in an urban area and you're walking home from work and it's Halloween, sometimes you just need to get that Snickers bar to get through it. Get through the walk home. Like, it's like, look, I'm not in a costume. I need that. Trick or treat.
Well, in Los Angeles, what some of my friends do, but don't do, is they go out with the kids, and sometimes some of the streets are closed down, and they'll have a solo cup of wine and beer.
I discovered this by going to my sister-in-law's a few years ago, and that's what they do. They drink.
They drink or treat. They walk around the neighborhood drink or treating.
I am in the wrong
We have a fan of that.
I'm in the wrong neighborhood. I'm in the wrong neighborhood.
How does it work because I've not been here for Halloween. How does it work in a building?
Okay, so in a building, I'm going to tell you how it works in a building.
Thank you. Break it down.
There's a sign-up sheet. and they tape it into the, I'm not kidding, they tape it into the elevator.
Is that right?
And you put, if you are giving out candy to the kids, you put your apartment number on the sign-up sheet. Typically what happens is the people just leave the bowl outside the door because they don't want to be bothered. I'm not kidding. So it's like, don't bother me with the trick-or-treating, just help yourself. And sometimes they'll say, take one, or help yourself, or whatever. But that's how it works. Once in a while, you'll have a building, like when we were renovating our place, I told you, this is my kid's favorite Halloween ever. And maybe Luke was there. Luke was little. I think Jan came with us. We lived in the Time Warner Center.
Mm-hmm. Big, tall building.
A lot of rich people in that building. And like the CEOs of companies, okay? And some of them like were on the board of directors for like Parker Brothers. And you would knock on the door and say trick or treat. And they would be like, come on in.
And there'd be
board games on the tables. Like, take your pick of board game. My kids were like, this is the greatest Halloween.
That's amazing.
Like, we'd be walking.
That's so good.
We'd be walking like back from Halloween, like, okay, guys, let's go. Like, this is like, Halloween was never so fun as when we lived in that building. It like they still get depressed. They're like, remember when we lived in the rich building? I'm like, yes, I do. I remember. I remember.
When we were growing up in the Branches in Dunwoody, it was like a big stop if you got a Fun Dip.
Oh my God.
I mean, the Fun Dip with all the packets of sugar and the vanilla sticks. That house is awesome. Let's go back there.
That's incredible. I mean, I don't think in all my years ever have I gotten a Fun Dip.
A Fun Dip, it lasts a long time.
Yeah. You know, the thing where you lick and you stick it in the thing and you just keep licking.
It's literally just colored sugar, right?
It's sugar. It's so gross, but yet delicious.
It's so fun.
My mouth is watering thinking about it.
Nothing better than a Fun Dip on a school night. How many times have you moved? Since in your life, would you say how many times
I've only moved. Okay. So in my entire life, I grew up in the same house that my mom was raised in. Okay. So there's that.
Okay.
Then I moved to New York, and that was one move. Then I moved twice, 2 different apartments. Then I met Mark, and we got married. And when we were first married, we both kept our own apartments. I don't know why. We could not decide.
Well, you still live in different apartments.
We could not decide. Yeah, that's true. We still do, and we still do.
You live in different countries now.
We could not decide whose studio apartment was worse, so we kept both.
Kept them both.
Yeah.
For square footage.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah, square footage. It was almost the size of one regular small apartment. And then we bought our first place, so we moved there. I think we moved 3 times, but both times that we moved, it was because we were renovating like the place we were in. So.
Well, they say that the average American has moved 5 times in their life, which sounds about right to me. I feel like maybe it was more for a while.
Mark's family moved a lot more, but they were in the military, so they moved a lot. Like they moved not just like they moved into different countries, and then they moved to America, and then they moved a couple of times to wherever different military bases were.
Yeah.
Here, but. Yeah, for me, I never moved until really I moved to New York City, and then I got married, and then Mark, who has grown up moving, doesn't really attach himself to his homes the way I do. Like once I put my toothbrush down, I am married to my home and we are soulmates. Like we are life partners. Mark doesn't have that attachment.
Right.
You know?
Well, I would think that just growing up, I didn't move at all. We grew up in the same house. You had a different house after I started working. I'm confused by that.
Oh, did your parents move to a nicer place?
Yeah, they moved to a nicer place after I started working.
My parents did that too.
Just gonna check everything.
I'm not kidding. My parents did that too. They moved to like a nice house.
Wow, that's a nice neighborhood.
I was like, that's nice.
I'll take another job. But when we were growing up, we had this one place, and it's funny because now and the biggest thing around Christmas was going to the windows and plugging in the electric candles. You know, you have the extension cord under the furniture, crawl, break your back to get them plugged in. And my mother was so proud that we had candles in all the windows. And so now when we go home and go to Christmas Eve service, we'll drive by the old house, and she'll like judge whether or not they've got the candles in the windows.
I like that.
And I'm always afraid we're going to get caught spying into our original house where we were growing up.
We were one of those houses is that you know, we won. I don't want to brag, but we won the Lions Club light display in our town. Yeah, we did in our town. It's a pretty big deal. But my mom famously talk about getting attached to inanimate objects. My mom, because we had a giant manger display that lit up on the front of the house, and my mom always thought that baby Jesus looked cold. And so I'm not kidding. So she would make me go out in the winter and like wrap the baby Jesus in a blanket. And I'm like, but he has that light bulb keeping him warm. She's like, I just feel bad. He looks so cold. Please go wrap the baby Jesus.
The baby Jesus was inanimate object, right?
Inanimate plastic baby Jesus. I was a real person in my pajamas going out to like wrap him in
Kelly,
a blanket. Now
that I've gotten to know you, this explains this explains a lot.
Hey,
all right.
We got a big show today. Hugh Laurie is here. I'm so excited for you.
I don't know quite what is going to happen.
I'm so excited for you because you've never met him before.
We've not done science experiments. Science Bob will be here with some spooky experiments. And Shirley's buzzing about it.
He is, to us, Science Bob is our Tom Cruise, okay? I'm not kidding. We get so excited for Science Bob that it is like, I was like planning my outfit. I'm like, Science Bob is here. I want to look nice for Science Bob. I have to look my best.
I'm excited.
So excited.
I too wore this for you, Bob.
That's right. Now, there's another chance for another audience member to win more cash in Live's Halloween Countdown game.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right, it's time.
Shall we?
Yes,
okay, it's time for Call Me Live Travel Trivia. Here we go. Did it get you?
Those were like bullets.
It didn't even unravel.
Yeah, your streamers didn't deploy.
Yeah,
they just hit us in the face. Yeah, that's terrific.
Back up in your baby Gap black shirt. Oh my God. I
love that you noticed that's baby Gap.
It's the tightest baby Gap I've seen. Okay,
that's Michelle.
That's
Doe.
Michelle.
Hey, are you from Washington Township? Oh my God.
Bergen County.
We are like neighbors.
Bergen County?
I grew up in Camden County, but we used to have rivalry, like our cheerleading squads would like battle.
Meet you in the cul-de-sac.
Yeah. Okay, let's spin the wheel and see who we're gonna call.
Lisa K. Lisa K. from Farmingdale, New York. This is a live telephone call. We found that most people who answer aren't even watching us.
I know, they're at work.
Hello?
Hi, is Lisa there?
This is she.
Hey, Lisa, it's Ryan and Kelly calling for our order. We ordered 2 egg sandwiches with mustard.
Hi. Oh, my God.
It's Ryan Seacrest and Kelly Ripa. You're live on the air. Good morning.
Good morning. Hi, Kelly. Hi.
Hey, Lisa, what's going on in Farmingdale?
Oh, I don't know. I'm at work right now.
Where do you work?
I work in West Babylon.
Okay.
What do you do?
Like, do you work for the FBI?
No, I actually work for the Suffolk County Police Department.
You guys, you're going to get Lisa in trouble. All right, we're going to spin the wheel fast, and we're going to see what you're playing for, okay?
Here we go. Good luck.
Thank you.
Hey, here's a great prize. The Veranda Resort and Spa in Antigua. 7 days, 6 nights. It's all inclusive. This trip is provided in part by Hotels.com. It's a prize valued at $7,400. You have 20 seconds and only one guest. Good luck, Lisa.
Okay, here we go. I'm just picturing her in the precinct
I'm so
right
nervous.
now. Okay, shh. On yesterday's show, we talked to Cole Sprouse. What sitcom character's son did we say Cole played?
Cole Sprouse?
Yes, Cole
Yeah, Cole
Sprouse.
Sprouse.
What sitcom character did Cole Sprouse's son play?
No, what sitcom character's son? So star of a sitcom, he played the son
Like,
back in the day.
he played the son of so-and-so from such and such.
Want to guess? That's it. Time. It's Ross from Friends. He played the son, Ross's son from the show Friends.
Oh.
I know the whole audience is with you. They're like, oh, yeah.
That was.
Oh, yeah.
It was
That's
tricky.
hard.
It was tricky.
Sorry, Lise, you're still going to get a great prize. You and a lucky member of our studio audience will each receive a $500 appliance package.
That's good.
From Cuisinart, so please pick a number between 1 and 235.
18.
18. Congratulations. Have a great day. Thank you for keeping us safe. Hugh Laurie is next.
Still ahead on Live, Science Bob is here with some spooky experiments. We're giving away more cash as Live's Halloween countdown games continue. Coming up next, Hugh Laurie.
That's almost disturbing.
Fun fact, Beyonce hasn't been here since. On tomorrow's show, Eva Longoria will be here.
Yes. And from the series This Is Us, Milo Ventimiglia is with us as well. Show's popular.
It's very
Listen to that
popular.
reaction.
And Live's Halloween countdown games continue.
He is a multi-talented actor, well known for his award-winning role in House. Now he stars in the psychological drama Chance. Please welcome Hugh Laurie. Good morning to you,
That was
Hugh.
a great entrance, Hugh. You actually slid in backwards.
Well, I got in here about 3 o'clock. I rehearsed that for...
You did well.
She's taking a hip-hop class, so the two of you could be a
That's right.
dynamic duo.
That's right. We can be hip-hop dancers at an Arizona high school in no time.
Right,
Yeah.
right. I
Hey,
can't see
you
that.
you divide your time between, I always think of Ryan, he divides his time between Los Angeles and New York. You divide your time between Los Angeles and England.
It is true. 2 consonants.
That's
It's a trip.
That's quite a commute.
It is. I've got a lot of air miles.
Yeah,
I could bust an airline. If I cashed them all in on one day, I could actually... bust
You can
an
go
airline,
anywhere
yeah.
you want.
Yeah, yeah. In fact, I want to take all of you people with me.
Oh my God.
It's true. I could probably do it.
Guys, we're going to Bora Bora.
You're an avid motorcyclist, yes? You ride bikes? You ride
bikes? I do. I love motorcycles.
Yeah.
I really do, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you, in London, you ride the bikes?
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems very
Isn't it
dangerous.
scary, though?
You have to pay attention. You definitely have to pay attention, but that's part of the fun of it.
Because
that you don't.
Cars have a lot of blind spots, and I'm always
yes.
fascinated when a motorcycle
Weaves
will
through the
come
traffic.
weaving
Yeah.
behind me, and I think, wow, I really didn't see that guy coming.
But then a motorcyclist knows where your blind, or should know where your blind spots are, knows when you can see them and when you can't.
Right.
Usually.
But I do. On the freeways of Los Angeles, bikes will pass you all the time. And
Yes.
it is frightening if you're going to lane change and they're zooming by.
Yes.
I think it's...
Yes, Los Angeles, I have to say, is the worst driving of any city on the planet.
Yeah.
I mean, on the planet. It's absolutely... sometimes you pass a car... Oh, it's a human being driving that. It could have been...
Right.
That could have been a Labrador, for all I knew.
No
driving
kidding.
that car. It is
You
unbelievable.
mean as a motorcyclist, that's the place where you feel the most at danger, at
Stunning.
risk?
I mean, but of course, once you know that, you make allowances for it. But people do not only do they not look in mirrors behind them, they don't look through the big glass thing in front of them.
Yeah, right.
You know, they're
texting.
They're texting. Or it's
Right.
just astounding, astounding.
I don't take it personally, but I think when we're looking in the mirrors, people in Los Angeles are looking at themselves.
Yes, That's
probably what
probably
it
true. Yeah.
That's probably a good point.
There's a lot of eyebrow work
Yeah,
that's going on. Which I do on a bike as well, obviously. You've got to look good, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Do you have an outfit? Do you have a, I mean, I don't want to use the word costume, but do you have like a,
Do you have a getup?
Do you have like a biker outfit that you wear?
Like a costume.
Like a costume? Like a cape or something? Goggles?
Do I have leather pants?
Yes,
Is what you mean.
that's the
I
big...
actually do not own leather pants. I've thought about it, but it takes... it takes a lot for a man to be able to pull that off.
I
don't
think you
think
could pull it off.
No,
You could totally pull it off. Come on here. You're British.
No, I think...
You are British. If you put on a pair of leather pants and that's
No, you're
done.
you're
Game over.
very you're very, very kind. I don't believe I would rather suffer the terrible I would rather suffer the road rash
than put on the leather.
Yeah.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, Hugh tells us some of the hardest American words, difficult words to say. That is Hugh Laurie in Chance. It's a psycho thriller. It is another complex doctor.
It is. He is a neuropsychiatrist, and it's a subject I've always been really interested. Neuroscience, I think, is absolutely fascinating. I've always been really interested in it. Partly because it's a subject. I mean, even doctors would admit, psychiatrists would admit, it's something they know so little about. It's like this is the last, what goes on in here is the last undiscovered continent. You know, it's galaxy even. It's just a whole mess of stuff that we know nothing about, or almost nothing. So I'm fascinated by it.
At this point, do you think, technically, you're a doctor? I mean, for all intents and purposes.
For all these years.
You have been playing a doctor.
For the sake of this answer, I am a doctor.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I think, like, when I think in my head, you know, if I'm coming down with something I'm not feeling well, you pop into my head quite frequently. I'm like, what would you, Laurie, give me right now?
I am so honored.
Yeah.
I don't have what it takes. My father was a doctor.
Oh, no
and my
kidding.
son is training to be a doctor.
So maybe that's why there's curiosity.
Maybe, yeah. But I'm the in between the two real things. I am the fake generation.
By the way, you always have the most perfect American accent in every role where you're playing an American. What is the most challenging word to say American?
There are a few. Honestly, the one that makes my heart sink when I see it in a script, surprisingly enough, is New York.
New York?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, you could say.
I mean,
I find it really. I'll reach a point where I go, could we make it Manhattan?
Is it the W with the Y? Is that what it is?
I don't know. Well, anything with an R in it is, you know, you've got to pay attention.
Right.
But it's the ooh. I can't do it now.
Yeah.
You know, I've lost,
So when his character travels to the Big Apple on Chance, you'll know why he's going to the Big Apple.
Smart.
I've done that.
Big Apple.
I have literally done that. I have actually said, would it be okay if I say the Big Apple, Big Banana, Big Energy?
Chance on Hulu. The second season. Check it out.
Coming up next, Science Bob. He's back. And he's ready for some Halloween-inspired mad science. Please welcome one of our favorite people on the planet, Science Bob. This is Professor Science Bob, one of the greatest people on Earth.
Okay, well, Bob, it's a pleasure. I've heard so much about you. I'm excited.
Yeah, we got some science today, and of course, it's Halloween time.
It sure
I
is.
hear you're having a party.
We are. You want to come?
As am I. So you can,
okay,
we can party hop.
You're
let's
having.
go to Bob's
we'll go to your after party,
Yeah,
Bob.
Okay, yeah, it's good. So I figured we'd give you some ideas for your party. These are try-at-home things that you can do. So we have here Petri dishes with all of the big bacteria infections. You know, we got strep throat, salmonella, you know, all the good stuff there. Of course, I serve these as hors d'oeuvres.
What do you mean?
Yeah, so here, so you can just take one of these.
Yeah?
And we'll get you a little spoon.
What do you mean?
That is common cold. Go ahead, try it.
Wait, is this? Oh,
it's
so cool. It's Jell-O.
Yeah, so all you gotta do is you get the little
already have
Jell-O.
No.
And then you get, we got some frosting. You can put that on there and try different things. But
You could probably put vodka in there, too.
What you make it with, that's all yours.
Looking out for us, Kelly. Thank you.
Always looking out.
What else?
Now, another thing that I do at my Halloween parties is I go around the house and I replace all of the light bulbs with ultraviolet light bulbs.
Oh.
And so black lights, you know what
Black
you mean?
lights,
Black lights,
yes.
yeah. So they give off this ultraviolet light and certain things glow under ultraviolet light.
Like my teeth. Just kidding.
So another thing I do is I'll make some lemonade. But when you make your lemonade, instead of mixing, like if you're using a powder mix, instead use tonic water. And I'll show you why. When you use tonic water, it's got a chemical in it called quinine.
Yes.
And quinine is what gives tonic water its taste. But it turns out that quinine also glows under ultraviolet light.
Is that true?
So as people go around at your party, their drinks will glow. And it's been hard. We tried a little bit. It's hard for the camera to catch because camera can't see ultraviolet light.
Can't see it.
But I'm not sure. It kind of appears to glow. And then if we...
Oh, yeah. Nice. Okay. We're serving quinine-only based drinks.
I love it.
We are serving quinine drinks.
And if we drink a lot, will our stomachs glow as well?
That would be cool.
Yeah.
And then,
maybe our livers.
Gummy worms in
I
there,
do
too.
like a gummy
That's
worm.
kind of fun.
They're delicious.
All right, have you ever wondered why alcoholic beverages are called spirits?
Yes, why?
Why are they called spirits? Well, I'm going to say that it's because hundreds of years ago, they trapped spirits in here. Now, as a scientific educator, there's no scientific evidence of ghosts, but you can still have fun with the concept of it. So these I got from Gracie Mansion. They're hundreds of years old, and I believe there are spirits trapped inside of these bottles.
Okay.
Wow.
So here's what we're going to do here. Kelly, you come on this side.
Okay, well.
We're each going to get a bottle.
Yeah.
Hold on to this part of the bottle there.
What's
right?
gonna
And then we're going to take the lid off. These are 100-year-old spirits.
Okay.
You ready? 3,
2, 1.
So we take these off. And, look at that. The spirits are being released. Back.
How?
Yeah. Now,
Show us how you did that.
of course, yeah. So
this is
all science here. So we've got a little high concentrate hydrogen peroxide in there.
Okay.
And then a little sachet of a chemical called manganese dioxide.
Okay.
And so when you guys lifted it up, it dropped the sachet into
sachet
it.
fell in,
that
and
created the chemical reaction.
Fantastic.
So,
Don't try this at home. Don't try it.
We can't get this at the drugstore?
No.
No, okay, all right. Okay, when we come back, we have an explosive experiment you won't want to mess with.
All right, we are back with Science Bob, more Halloween experiments. What are we doing with this vase beaker?
So we got a couple of interesting things here. I've got some little pedestals here, and on these is red phosphorus, which is it's a flammable powder. It's used in matches and flares and things.
Yeah.
In these flasks, these boiling flasks, is 100% pure oxygen. So we filled it all with oxygen.
There's just oxygen in there.
You might see signs in a hospital that say, do not smoke oxygen in use.
Yes.
Oxygen is not flammable. But oxygen helps things burn, and so that's what we're going to prove.
Okay.
I'm going to ignite the phosphorus.
Okay.
Once I do that, you guys are going to pop the top off of that and carefully turn it upside down onto that, and we're going to see how it changes.
You sure you want us to do that?
Oh, I totally trust you.
We got this.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
Stand by.
Okay.
There we go. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen.
Safety.
All right, there we go.
Okay.
Now, open it.
Okay.
Flip it.
Whoa!
Watch.
Oh.
See how the burning
amazing.
increased? Beautiful.
It's the Wizard of Oz.
I love that one. That one's great.
That is cool. That's kind of classic mad science stuff.
It's alive. That's amazing.
Old experiment goes
We can
back,
leave it
so-
there?
We just leave it there, or will it?
Keep going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Finally, the lighting we need on
I know, exactly. We should
All right, let's
all
do
be
one more.
lit
We got a
for
good
it.
one here. And we got a helper here. Of course, Jay is going to be helping us
Oh,
out with
hey.
this one.
I'm terrified. What about you?
All right. So, we're going to need your help with a little bit, then Jay and I are going to do some more. It's a lot of build-up for something that lasts relatively short, but that's okay. These are giant test tubes here that are filled with nitrous oxide. This is the stuff when you go to the hospital, right?
Yeah.
Or, the dentist. Can you hold on to that?
Wait, are we gonna like sniff it?
No, not yet. No. That's
Do we
later.
put these on? Or
Not yet. You can if you want, but
we don't
you
need
put them on your neck. Yeah, that's good. I got this.
Okay.
All right, so I just need you to very carefully hold that and tilt it.
Hold this? Yes. Okay.
All right. and Jay and I are going to pour a chemical in there called carbon disulfate.
Wait. I feel like I should put these on. No?
Not yet. You're good, you're good. All right, can you bend it down a little bit more?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to pour this in. Carbon disulfate is very smelly, so I apologize. You will probably smell it.
It smells like, oh, I smell it now. Oh,
Yeah,
oh.
not good, not good.
Oh my God.
Smell it?
Smells like my son's bathroom.
Okay.
All right.
It's all taped up now.
Excellent. Now, we're going to take over for this next part because we need to agitate the liquid.
Agitate the liquid.
I'm
right.
agitated.
So, here's how it works. We need to mix up the chemicals that are in here. So we're going
You need my help?
to tilt it back and forth.
Okay.
And now we have to vent it because it actually gives off a little bit of gas, extra gas there. We're going to vent it again.
Okay.
You did? You vented it?
Until,
Oh, God.
I know, it doesn't smell
It
good.
smells
Like broccoli cooking.
rank.
One more.
One more?
That's good. All right, so that is mixed it up. Now we're going to put this back in the holder.
Okay. Okay.
And then you guys come in.
Okay. I put my, yeah.
There we go. Marvelous. All right, so now we've got a flammable mixture with an oxygen-rich environment. That's exciting stuff. So, grab a blowtorch there. There's a little yellow button. Just practice popping that on.
On?
All right, nice. All right, step up on the pedestal. Get towards the top. On the count of 3, I'm going to remove the top.
Where do we remove the top?
Yeah, how do you want us to do it?
We'll remove the top.
Okay, and then what do we do?
And then you guys are going to turn on the torch at the top of it.
Top.
All right? We've never done this.
Do we press,
with
do we
two.
fire it down or straight?
You're going to just put it right across the top of the circle.
Top, okay.
Ready?
Good luck,
Here we
Cal.
go. Oh, by the way, the reaction's going to be very fast and kind of loud. So if you don't
Okay.
like loud sounds, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Are you okay?
That was good.
Okay,
He's right. It's a lot of build-up in a short burst, but powerful, Bob.
I think we got slow-mo.
All right, for more info on Science Bob, go to our website. You all right?
That smell.
The smell.
The smell that we just created all by ourselves.
All right, coming up next, Live's Halloween Countdown Games right after this. Be right back.
If you'd like to know more about Science Bob's experiments, just log on to our website, kellyandryan.com.
My God. It is frightening to see.
I was meant to be a chihuahua. I am not supposed to be a human. Okay, it's time to play Live's Halloween Countdown Games, where lucky members of our studio audience compete to win cold, hard cash. My teammate is Jim Trainer from Denver, Colorado.
And playing on my team is Claudia Naparano from Atlanta, Georgia. So Science Bob, by the way, I have the hiccups from that last experiment, so the pH level's off or something from that explosion. Tell us about the game, the science of the game.
Sure. So we've got a bunch of balloons here. A number of the balloons are filled with helium, and we all know what helium does to your lungs. A number of them are filled with a gas called sulfur hexafluoride.
Oh.
Instead of being lighter than air, it's much heavier than air. And so it does not bring your voice up high. It has actually the opposite effect.
Makes it low.
What I like to call helium's evil twin.
Yeah.
Okay.
How does the game work?
All right, so here's how it works. Kelly and Ryan will take turns reading their partner's famous movie quotes from horror or scary films.
Yeah.
But, like any good game, there's a twist. Before they give their movie quote, they have to pick a balloon from the table and inhale its contents. Some are filled with helium, some are sulfur hexafluoride, and at the end of the game, the contestant with the most correct titles will win $500.
Hey, Bob, does our voice, I have to go on the radio after this. Does my voice go back to normal?
No, you can have some fun on the radio with
Oh,
this.
great.
Yeah, you should
All right,
bring the
Kelly,
rest
you
of
go
the...
first.
Okay, I got it.
So you're
Ready?
gonna-
Ready?
You got a quote?
Okay, I got my quote.
So you inhale that. You need help? Oh, it's gonna pop. Here.
1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. 3, 4, better close your door.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Correct.
All right, Jim, well done.
All right, here we go, Claudia.
I just wanted to let you know I'm your #1 fan.
Silence of the Lambs.
All right.
No, it's not.
Well done.
It's not Silence of the Lambs. It's not Silence of the Lambs.
No, it's
Any other guess?
one guess.
Misery.
Misery. Yeah.
Misery. But good guess.
Go to commercial? Okay, we're going to go to commercial break.
Man, we
Be
just
right
got
back.
started, Michael.
Live will return in a moment.
I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
Yes! You nailed it. Silence of the Lambs. That was good.
All right, we're going to continue the game on Facebook Live. Tomorrow on the show, we've got Eva Longoria.
And Marlo Ventimiglia.
Come over to Facebook Live and watch. Here we go, Claudia.